So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about travel essentials for right now, travel essentials that I'm using right now. Hey guys, hey, this is Anne Marie, Ball Girl Will Travel. Welcome to my channel. And over in these parts, we talk about travel, fashion, style, and the fact that just because you're over the age of 40 or 50 does not mean you cannot travel joyfully and stylishly. I do not believe that style has an expiration date. So if you agree with that, hit the subscribe button and notification bell, follow me, comment, like, and tell a friend, okay? As you know, I travel quite a bit. I've been to over 40 countries at this point, and I'm getting ready to head to Turkey for a mini meetup. I'm very excited about this trip. I have been wanting to go back to Turkey ever since I went there for the first time in 2018. I was working, so I didn't get to do and see everything I wanted in Istanbul. So I'm going back to Istanbul and also going to Cappadocia, and I'm super excited about that. And of course, I will be vlogging and recording my experiences, what I see, do, and eat. And I will share that with you guys when I get back. But in the video today, I'm going to talk about a couple things. First, I'm going to talk about travel essentials, and then I'm going to give you guys an update because I did a video a week or so ago where I shared some things I was thinking about taking to Turkey. And since then, I've basically thrown most of everything that I selected for that trip out and started over. I am not going to have time to record a video about what I'm planning to wear, though I am going to show a packing video, and so I will let you know what I'm taking, but I won't be wearing everything. But I will be vlogging, and I will be doing some get ready with me while I'm in Turkey and what I wore while I'm in Turkey, so you'll be able to see what I'm wearing while I'm out. But I decided that I just didn't love the stuff I put together, and that I wanted to start over and make sure I picked things not only that I liked, that I felt good in, but also were going to work for the climate. Right now in Turkey, it is between 60 and 75 or so degrees in the daytime, and then it drops into the 50s, low 50s at night, based on the weather that I'm tracking. And so I decided to start over. It was very obvious to me that I was going to need to layer. I was going to need to bring some jeans, which I normally don't travel with, but I'm really into jeans right now, so I'm actually happy about that. And that I was going to need to also have some stuff for going out in the evening, as well as daytime looks for sightseeing. We will be visiting several mosques, so that was one of the biggest drivers of the things I picked out initially. But I just decided on the days that we're going to visit mosques, I will dress more conservatively, but on the other days, I'm going to wear what I want, because for the most part, Turkey is pretty laid back in that regard. Obviously, it's not as open as in terms of dress as the United States or so, but it's pretty cosmopolitan based on videos I've watched and so on. So I decided I would wear things that I liked a little bit better than what I had initially picked. So I'll be sharing those as I am, vlogging in country. Now, what am I wearing today? I am wearing this blouse is Zara. You guys know I'm a big fan of Zara. I'm a Zara ambassador, and I became a Zara ambassador, honestly, because I wear their clothes so much that it kind of made sense to me. I'm going out this afternoon, probably later this evening here in Mexico where I live. I'm going to my favorite restaurant to have a early dinner, probably a late lunch, early dinner, because I'm going to be gone for a bit, and I want to make sure I have all my favorite foods before I head out, because I won't be able to I'll get great food in Turkey, but it won't be Mexican food, and I love Mexican food. So I'm going to go out and have some Mexican food tonight and enjoy that. So I'm kind of dressed because after I shoot this video, I'll be going out. So what I'm wearing today, my outfit of the day, I'm going to drop it in the video so you can see. This top is by Zara. My cuff, this cuff that I'm wearing is also by Zara. Funny story, I saw this cuff in Zara here in Mexico. I was out shopping with a friend, tried it on, really liked it, but was like, oh, I don't think I'll get it, put it back. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I went online and ordered it because I was heading back to the States for a wedding. So I figured I would get it and bring it back. Ordered it, got it. I'm not sure it's still available on the site, but if it is, I'll put a link. And then I saw this ring. Look at that. Love this ring. So also from Zara, so I also grabbed the ring as well, and they really go together really well. And what I love about these is they can be dressed up or down. So today I'm going more casual, but this even if I was going out in the evening, I could wear this with a dress or something like that, and it would look really, really nice. So I love this. This necklace is kind of a charm necklace that I kind of put together myself from charms that I got when I was in Egypt. All of them are from Egypt except for this one. This one is the most precious to me because my sunshine as I call him, gave it to me. He told me it would bring me luck, but I love it because he gave it to me. So I wear it anytime I'm wearing blue. I probably pull this out and wear it. My other favorite one on here is this that I got in Egypt. I can't remember what they call them, but I'll put it in the description. I'm in the screen, but you can get them made in Egypt, and basically you can get your name, your initial, whatever, in hieroglyphics. So I have my initials and my birthday on one side and my initials on the other side. And I also got my son one, so he has one of these as well with his initials and his birthday on the back. So if you ever go to Egypt, I highly recommend going to the stores where they make these. This one is silver, and I also got one in 18 karat gold that I had made. And then this pyramid to remind me of the pyramids, which was one of my favorite things that I saw there. And then this eye, which is also very significant in Egyptian culture, that I also got. So that's my charm necklace, which is during the day, if I'm going to wear something more casual, I'll probably, and silver, I throw this one on. But that's the significance of it and why I love it so much. And blue, as you guys know, is one of my favorite colors. So I love this top. The jeans are also from Zara. I did a video about these jeans when I got them because I love them. I love the shredded look on the back, and then the more conservative on the front. And the shoes. So let me tell you guys about the shoes that I'm wearing in this video. I have had these shoes for years. I moved to Mexico about 3 years ago. And when I moved, I had over 300 pairs of shoes, and I got rid of more than half of them. And when I had bought these shoes, I hadn't worn them. I still don't think I've worn them out yet. I maybe have worn them once. But I looked at them, and I just couldn't part with them because the chunky heel makes it easy for me to walk in. And I just think they're amazing. They're denim with like different shades of denim on them. And so when I was putting this outfit together, I was thinking about shoes, and I remember it. I have those denim shoes. I can wear those denim shoes with this outfit. And here in Mexico, it's very important to wear comfortable shoes because you can fall very easily. So I will probably be switching these shoes out for my Marc Jacobs patchwork denim sneakers when I go out. But I thought this looked really great. If I were going out to like a brunch or a date or something, I would probably wear these shoes. But the moral of the story is always look in your closet. You never know what you're going to find. So turns out that these were sitting in a box under my bed, and I had forgotten that they were there. And so I'm going to start wearing these shoes, and I'm really glad that I kept them. I'm glad that I didn't get rid of them, that I held on to them. And so the bag and the look is also my Marc Jacobs denim patchwork bag, which I really, really like a lot. So that is my outfit of the day and what I'm wearing today. But what I also wanted to talk about in this video is my key travel essentials, things that I travel with all the time right now. And I find that as I travel and the more experienced a traveler I become, and none of us are ever, I don't think, complete experts. There's always something that you learn or a mistake that you make when you're traveling, also solo traveling. And it's just a process, and you learn from it, and you just learn to do different things. So I have done videos before about travel essentials, and I will link the most recent one in this video. But I'm doing an update here because there are new things that I have acquired that I really think important for you guys to know about, because they are in my suitcase pretty much all the time. I'm going to be doing a pack with me video for Turkey that I will share with you guys, and you're going to see a lot of these items in the video, right? And then there are other things that, you know, I've done videos about what's in my toiletry bag and so on. Those things are still the same, but if you'd like me to do another one or updated one, please tell me in the comments and I'm happy to do it. But these are things that I've been traveling with over the last, I would say, 6 to 8 months that I think I wanted to put in one video and share with you guys. And I will also put links where I have them in the description of this video. So if you want to try any of these products for yourself, you can. So without further ado, here are my favorite travel essentials right now. First and foremost are these nipple covers. Yes, ladies, these nipple covers are my favorites. And I think I'd shown some before, but these are updated version of the ones I used to use, and I really like them. And obviously when you buy these things, you wear them for a certain amount of time, and then you do in fact have to replace them. So let me try to get this case open, which is the only thing I don't like about this. It used to come in a little zipped container, and now they're in this case, and sometimes it can be a pain to get it open. So this is what they look like, and what I like about these, if you can see them, is that they are almost the same color of my skin. And this company is now providing a lot more matching options, which I love. It comes with 6, a set of petal shaped ones, and then a set of 2 regular round ones, which I think are great. The other thing is, if you keep these, take care of them and keep them in the plastic when you're not using them, I actually find that they last for a really, really long time. So that's my tip. When I do actually have a set on right now. When you are not using them, hold on to these and keep them, and replace them when you take them off, right? Also try to avoid like lotions and things like that so it adheres properly and you don't ruin them faster. But I really love these, and I never travel without them. Now I'm going to tell you guys a little secret about the next thing that I'm now traveling with, which is is an addition to my list. So if you've watched my other videos, you know that I always travel with a universal adapter, because electrical plugs in other countries don't work the same way they do in the US and even here in Mexico, right? But recently I went to Ghana, and you can look at the video linked right here about my travel vlog where I talk about my trip to Ghana and Tanzania, Jamaica, and some other places that I visited between December and February of this year. Recently, when I went to Ghana, I took a steamer with me. I had bought a mini steamer that I was going to try out, see if I liked it. Never ended up doing a video about it, and I'll tell you why in a second. So I bought this mini steamer, took it with me because some of the clothing that I was taking with me on the trip, I was going to need to iron. And I have noticed that in a lot of hotels now, they don't give you an iron, primarily because they want you to ask for someone to iron your clothes so that they can charge you. Capitalism. Anyway, I decided to travel with a steamer also because my best friend, who you guys have heard me talk about before, my best friend Dominique, who passed away in December, she and I used to travel together, and she swore by this steamer thing. Now, Dominique was never a light packer. She used to marvel at the fact that she would show up on a trip that we were doing together with a big old Samsonite suitcase and a carry-on that she could barely get clothes and a personal bag, while I would just have my little carry-on bag and maybe a backpack or a personal bag with me. And we would laugh about it all the time. But the great thing was that whatever I was missing, she always had it. So Dominique is the first person I ever saw pull a steamer out of their suitcase on a trip. And I remember we were in Oaxaca, and she had this lovely linen outfit, or linen top, I think, or dress or something like that. And she pulled the steamer out, and in a couple seconds, the dress looked perfect, no creases, no wrinkles, no nothing. So she was showing it to me, but the one that she had was bigger because she had in a big suitcase. So I was looking to see if I could find a mini steamer to take. So I found this mini steamer. I brought it with me to Ghana. I did my usual setup where I have a universal adapter, and I also usually carry this extension cord that lets me plug as many things as I want in addition to the adapter. So I put the adapter into the wall, and then I put the extension cord into it, and then I followed the instructions on the steamer, put the little, the water thing in there, and then I plugged it in, turned it on, heard a pop, and the whole thing blew out. Okay? And when it blew out, it not only blew out the steamer, it also blew out the adapter and the extension cord. And I was pretty pissed. Now, the only good thing was the adapter, which is an adapter I recommend all the time. It's called the EPICKA, and I'll put it right here in a picture. Even though the plug part of the adapter no longer worked, where I had plugged in the extension cord, the other outlets, the chargers and things like that, continued to work. So that was great. That even though it was good to know that even though the part where I plugged in blew out because of the voltage issue, the rest of it continued to work. So I was able to continue to plug my phone in and other things that didn't need a plug to be charged for the rest of the trip. So I didn't have to go out and look for a new adapter, right? But the lesson there was that I had not paid attention to the voltage on the steamer. And because the voltage and the electrical loads in countries are different, Italy is another place where this is a big issue. When I plugged it in with a product that was requiring voltage, I think like 220 or something like that, it blew out when it went into the wall in the hotel in Accra. And so the lesson from that was for me that I needed to get a converter, not just an adapter, but I needed to get a device that would allow me to, when I was using something with a higher or lower voltage than the country that I was visiting, that I could convert it so that it would not destroy my appliances or my other devices. So I did some research and I found something that I'm going to share with you guys now. So I found this adapter, and it looks a lot like the EPICKA, but it works a little differently. So it's kind of similar to the EPICKA in that it is both an adapter and it's a converter. So in different countries, I can use it as an adapter, and I can just make adjustments on this side here to use the plug. Let's see how this works, because we are doing this together. Yeah. So when I want to plug in something from a different country, like for example, this is the European Union, this is how it would go. And the different things are on the side, right? But there's also another switch right here that if I'm using it as an adapter, I switch it up here. If I'm going to use it to convert the electrical current coming through it, I switch down here before I plug something into here. So, and it allows me to convert input from 220 volts and output of 110, 880 max volts. So it'll convert, right? And for adapter, it's the input is, it says here, 100 volts, 120 volts, 110 for different outputs, depending on which one I'm using. So I'm going to try this out and I shall report back if it works well, because I have another product that I've been traveling with now that I really do like, that I may need to plug and convert when I'm in Turkey. So I'm taking this with me instead of my EPICKA. I'm taking this with me, and I will report back on how well it works when I use it with my new mini travel iron. So I'm going to put the brand name of this in the on the screen, and I will also link it in the description. So if you want to check it out, I found it on Amazon. I did some research of different models and read the reviews, and I decided to try this one out because it's both an adapter and a converter all in one. So I'll report back on what I think of this. And it also comes with a carrying case, which I like. Makes it less likely that I'll lose it. Now I'm still going to be using my EPICKA in places where I don't think, if I don't bring my iron or I don't think I'm going to need it, I love the EPICKA. I still recommend it. It was my fault that happened because I didn't do my homework about that steamer before I plugged it in, right? So this is not me saying the EPICKA is bad. It actually is a really great product, because considering that the plugs blew out, it still worked and allowed me to charge my other items, even though I couldn't plug anything into it for the rest of the trip. So I kept using that EPICKA plug, the EPICKA adapter. I kept using it through Ghana, Tanzania, right for the rest of my trip till I got back to the States in February, and I ordered a new one. And my son decided he wanted to keep the one that I had. So he has that one because he told me not to throw it away, that he would keep it. So he has it. So It's a really good product. I still highly recommend it, but because I also need a converter sometimes, I'm going to use this one. So this is a great segue into the next product that I want to share with you guys, which is this mini iron that I bought ahead of my trip to, I think I bought this when I got back after my trip to Tanzania. I traveled back to the US and I stayed in the US for a couple of weeks until it was time for me to head to Jamaica for my trip. And I took this, I ordered this and I took it with me to Jamaica. And I also took it with me on my Virgin cruise. And I know I am behind on getting the content up for my Virgin cruise, but I am committed to doing it before I head to my next trip. So I'm still working on that video and hopefully I'll have it done soon. I'll have it up on the channel so you guys can see more about my Virgin Voyages cruise that I did. But I took this with me. I really love this. I like it a lot. It's tiny, but it's mighty, is what I would say about it. It did an excellent job of ironing some items that I needed ironed when I was on the ship. There was not an iron in the room. And so I had this with me, so I didn't need to call and ask anyone for an iron. It is, I don't see what the voltage is on here. Wait a minute, it's on here. I don't have my glasses, you guys. So I can't see really well right now. Hold on, let me get my glasses. So I've taken my glasses off because they don't match anything I'm wearing. But according to my glasses, I think I would need to plug this into the converter before I use it when I'm in Turkey. And that's what I will do if I need to use it. I think I will need to use it because I am taking some 100% cotton button-up shirts that you guys haven't yet seen that I'm going to need to iron. I also have some other things that I'm going to need an iron for. So I'm taking this with me. But you see how small it is? So it's easy to put in a carry-on because, you know, I'm team carry-on. And the handle collapses down. This was my item of the month for the month of March. So if you're subscribed to my website, which I encourage you to be, and you're getting my newsletters, which if you're subscribed to my website, you would know about this product already, right? This was my item of the month. Every month in my newsletter, I feature a travel essential that I recommend, that I highly recommend. And this is one that I definitely recommend. And none of this is sponsored. I do get affiliate credit if you use my link. But I'm telling you this because I really like this product. And it's by a company called Newbealer, and I'm going to put the name in the screen. But I really like it. It's compact, and even though it's so small, it irons well. I also like that it comes in this little bag. They give you this little bag, and it has this little mat that you can put the iron on when you're ironing, and you need to put it down for a minute because you can't really sit it up like this. You can put it on here so it doesn't burn the bed, it doesn't burn your clothes, or so on. Love this as well. Thought it was a really great touch that they put this in here. And I really love this little carrying pouch. And it also comes with a little bottle if you want to spray your clothes as you're ironing it. It comes with that. I haven't used that. And a little instruction book and all of that comes in the box with this bag. So I really like this product. I really think that if you're a person that travels a lot and you stay in hotels, especially, which I now am more of a hotel person than an Airbnb person, then this is something that's really handy for traveling. And so I really recommend this because I really, really liked it. I liked using it. I thought it was easy to use, and it ironed my clothes well, even though it's a small iron. It's even smaller. I have another travel iron, but it's much bigger, so it takes up much more space, so I never really use it to travel. But this is small enough that I can use it for my carry-on bag, and it irons my clothes. So that's the Newbealer mini travel iron. I really recommend this. I like it a lot. Next up is this product, which you've probably seen before if you've been following me. This is my new one. This is what blew out in Ghana. And I usually will plug this into the adapter, plug the adapter into the wall, then plug this into the adapter. Then I will charge my things on here and plug them in. If I'm traveling in a place that doesn't accept this type of plug. I love this. I swear by this. It works well. Now that I know I will not plug items that have high voltage, into it, I will use the adapter converter for that. But I will continue to use this to like charge things like my headphones, my phone, so on, those kinds of things. And I always travel with it, and it's nice and small. It's easy to just stick in a corner of my backpack or stick in my suitcase. I will put the brand name is Anker. It's from Anker, and they make a lot of electronic devices. They also make backup battery packs, and I'll put it on the screen, and I will also link it in the description. But I highly recommend, if you are traveling a lot, bring your own extension cord, and this is a great one to bring. Now, this is one that I carry with me, especially when I'm traveling by myself, is a door jamb. You guys may not have heard me talk about this door jamb in a while, but I'm still traveling with my door jamb. In addition to traveling with a door lock alarm, well, not a door lock, but an alarm that I put on my door, and I'll show that to you in a minute. I also always travel with this door jamb. Usually when I'm staying at an Airbnb, I'll use, for the room I'm sleeping in, if it doesn't have a lock, I'll use a door jamb and the door alarm. In a hotel room, I don't usually use a door alarm. Why? Because I lock all the doors. And most hotels have doors, locks from the inside that you can lock, so that even if someone has a pass key, they can't get in, because the door lock works on the inside of the door. A lot of people don't use theirs. I do. Also, if the door has a chain, I use that too. But I will sometimes in the hotel stick this door jamb under the door. If it can fit, doesn't always, I will do that. Most hotels, this doesn't fit because the door is so snug to the floor. But in a lot of like Airbnbs, this is a good thing to have. But I will be traveling with this. If I use it, I'll use, if I need to use it, or if I can use it, I will. But it's something I do recommend, just traveling with one of these, especially if you're staying in a vacation rental, whether it's Airbnb, VRBO, or whatever. I recommend this. So the next thing that I'm going to show you guys that I always travel with is my handy dandy smoke alarm and smoke detector, and a carbon monoxide detector. And I'm still using this old school one. I have tried other products. There was one that was a smaller carbon monoxide detector that I tried, just didn't work well, so I never even mentioned it. This is what I've been using for years, and it works. I always carry batteries. I keep the batteries out of it when I'm not using it in a bag. I always carry an extra one just in case. You pop the batteries in there. If you're using it as a carbon monoxide detector, in most hotel rooms, they have smoke detectors, but they don't always have carbon monoxide. If you're using it as a carbon monoxide detector, you put it low, so on a table. If you're using it as a smoke detector, you put it up as high as you can. Like if I'm in an Airbnb, I might put it on the top of a refrigerator or something like that. But if it's a carbon, which is usually what I use it for because I mainly stay in hotels now, I put it on the table right next to me, right? So far, I've never had it go off, but I do test it just to make sure it works, and it has a button that you can test it when you put the battery in. But I do not travel without this. And I recommend, if you don't have anything else, travel with one of these, okay? The other thing that I travel with and that I consider a travel essential now is this door alarm. And if you've been following me, you've probably seen it before, but I really like this. It works really well. All you do is you hang it on the door, and you take this part out. You see I'm holding it between my two fingers. You stick it in the door jamb, between the jamb and the door, and you close it. If anyone opens the door, this opens, and this is what you hear. It's loud. And so I put this on my door. If I'm in a hotel room that doesn't have a lock on the inside, I generally stay at a Hilton hotel most of the time. They always have the double locks, or Marriott. I stayed in a boutique hotel in Tanzania once that did not have the inside locks on the door. So I pulled this out and I put it on the door before I went to sleep at night. But usually at the hotels that I stay at, they do have them. You know, when you're using this, the main thing to remember is always keep this together so it doesn't go off and make a lot of noise when you don't want it to. But I always travel with this. and I keep it in the same bag where I keep my carbon monoxide detector. So I recommend getting one of these and traveling with it, and the name is on the screen, and I will also link it in the description. So as you may be able to tell, this is the safety segment of this video. So I'm showing you all my safety and security things right now. So in addition to the 2 other items that I showed you, the door jamb, first I showed you, then I showed you the carbon monoxide and smoke detector, and then I showed you the door alarm that I also travel with. I also travel with this little alarm thingy that I can carry with me. I usually put it onto my backpack. There's a keychain I got in Tanzania, Zanzibar, I believe. But I always carry this, and it's a personal alarm. And it's really just intended to startle someone enough for you to be able to exit stage left if you feel unsafe, right? So how it works is, again, it's loud. You pull this out and it goes off, right? So it's a pain in the neck if it comes off inadvertently on an airplane, which has happened to me, but I just ignore it and put it back together and act like nothing to see here. But at least you know it's working. But that's how it works. And if I'm going out, especially solo at night, I usually will stick this in my purse, or I'll just hang it onto my crossbody and have it with me. I've only ever had to use this once, a long time ago, before I moved abroad and before I was traveling solo as much. But I've only used it once, and it did work in that it startled the person enough that it gave me time to cross the street because I felt that someone was following me. So maybe they were, maybe they weren't, but at the time I felt unsafe. And so I pulled it out, set it off, and then got attention from other people, and then crossed the street and removed myself from the situation that I felt was unsafe. But another thing is to just make sure you're careful. Avoid walking back to your hotel at night, which is what I was doing, which now I would not do. And take an Uber if there's an Uber, or take a taxi. Have the restaurant or hotel or wherever you are call a car for you if you are not able to do it for yourself, but don't walk. I don't care how safe the city is now. I generally don't walk at night alone. I will always take a taxi or an Uber. I think it's worth the money for my personal safety to just not walk by myself at night. So generally, I don't do that. I just take a car for my own comfort and security. But if I do have to walk, I do. But I still always carry this out if I'm going out at night. I'll stick it in my purse or tie it onto my bag. So just in case I need it, it's there. Another thing that I've been traveling with that I consider travel essential now is this. What is this, you may ask? It is a little container that I hold my little makeup pads in. See that? So I usually carry one of these and one of these for makeup application. I don't wear a lot of makeup, but I do wear some. So I love this because it keeps them, when they are used, from anything touching it. And also I can rinse, wash it out. I usually use very mild soap to wash it out. And then I use very mild detergent to wash my clothes because I have very sensitive skin. So I use baby detergent to wash my clothes. Yes, I do. And so I will throw this right into the washing machine to wash these in the regular laundry. And it keeps it from getting lost. And I'll wash it. I'll pre-wash it and then throw it in here and throw it in the washing machine. So I love these. I don't travel without this. I always put my makeup things. And when I use it, I do wash my applicators during trips and put them to dry. But I always keep them in this while I'm traveling. I will have this linked in the description. I don't even remember the name of the company, but I will put the name here on the screen. And I will link it in the description. Love this, super handy. Now, the last thing I'm gonna go through is what is in my little bag that I always have in my personal item bag or in my backpack. For my next trip, I'm actually traveling with a backpack. And I am going to do a separate video about the backpack. I've now traveled with it a couple times, so now I know I actually like it. So I'll share more about it, but I'll show a picture of it right here in the video. So I'll be traveling with that. And I also will usually put a tote bag of some kind that I bring with me. So like when I'm traveling during the day and doing Sightseeing, I either have a waist bag or I'll have a little tote bag with me. But my personal bag for traveling is this backpack, and I like it. It holds a good amount of things. I mean, it's a backpack, and so I don't use backpacks for every trip, but for this trip, I'm going to use it. And I'm also going to be using my cozy pillow, collection pillow, that I also use for my neck pillow on the plane, as well as it can be stuffed with other clothing. But I always carry, and this bag is kind of beat up now because I always throw this in my personal bag. And then when I go out sightseeing and things like that, I either carry the whole bag with me, or I take things out of here and put them in the bag that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to tell you what's in this bag because I think it's very important to have something like this on you. And I remember I pulled it out when I was on our meetup girls trip in Tanzania, and the ladies were laughing because they were like, you would just have everything with you. And I was like, yeah, you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So in this bag, I have some mosquito wipes. Probably don't need them for Turkey because of the time of year, but I'm just going to take a couple just in case. Not as many. I usually have a separate bag with just mosquito wipes and sprays and stuff like that. But for this trip, I just threw a couple in this bag. I also have some Vaseline just because I have dry skin, so I have some Vaseline. Sometimes I mix a little shea butter in with it, which I'm going to do, but I just haven't had time to put the shea butter in here yet. But I always have a little thing of Vaseline in here. I have a little mini thing of hand sanitizer, liquid hand sanitizer. And here I have some mini soap sheets. I love these. You go into public bathrooms sometimes, especially in certain parts of the world, they don't have hand soap. So I always have these with me. So I can just pull a sheet, add water, and you wash your hands with it. Love, love, love these. Highly recommend them. I have a little spray, a little perfume spray, my favorite perfume. You can just fill it from your perfume bottle, and then I just put it in here. And so if I feel I need perfume on the go, I just spray it and go. This one's empty, so I have to refill it. I also have a little spray of my favorite, my other favorite perfume, which is Gucci Bloom. You can buy these in the store. There's a little bit left in this one. I have several of these. I buy them in the duty free if I see them. I buy them at Sephora. I like to keep these in my travel bag. And I also have toilet seat covers. Highly, highly recommend that you have these with you. I found these on Amazon, and now I never travel without them. Because, you might go somewhere and they don't have toilet seat covers, and you might not feel comfortable using the toilet without it, and you might actually need to sit down. So I always keep these with me, because all airport bathrooms are not created equal, and all bathrooms at sightseeing locations are not created equal. So especially when I'm going sightseeing anywhere in the world, I don't care where it is, I take this with me now. I also always save the hand wipes that they give you when you're coming into the plane on United. I don't necessarily use them on the plane, but I save them. And I have one in here. The other thing that I have in here is, these are flushable toilet wipes. Again, sometimes you go to a bathroom and they don't have no toilet paper. So I now carry these flushable toilet wipes with me, just in case. And I have had to use them I think I used these in Tanzania when I went on safari, when I went to the bathroom and they didn't have any toilet paper, and I used this and my seat covers. And I also have in here some hand wipes, some just regular antibacterial wet ones, hand wipes. I'm almost out of these, so I'm going to have to go get some more. I usually find these in the drugstore or in the airport. They usually have them. I think I bought the last one in the airport. And so if I can't find some before I leave here in Mexico, I'm going to buy some when I get to the airport. But always keep these with me in my bag. And that's what I keep in my purse. Oh, one more thing. This is a hydrating hand sanitizer. I actually like this a lot because it doesn't dry out my skin like the other one, the regular one does. So I bought it, I tried it, and I do like it, and I do recommend it. It's by a company called Touchland. You can get these in bulk on Amazon or individually on Amazon. And I did feel the price I got on Amazon was cheaper than what I saw it for in Target. So I bought a couple of them and I use them and I keep them in my purse, especially when I'm sightseeing. I'll keep this in my purse. So that is what I have in this bag. And yes, my plastic bag is raggedy, but I keep all of them in a bag together and then I put it into my backpack. And then when I'm going on excursions, I will take out what I need or put the whole thing into the bag and take it with me. So those are my travel essentials. So there you have it. I have now shared with you guys the main primary travel essentials that I travel with now everywhere I go. There are other things that I take, like things in my toiletry bag that I take for my skincare and my makeup bag. But those things I just shared with you pretty much are always in my carry-on or in my backpack or personal item bag everywhere I go, along with, you know, usually some electronic type items that I travel with so that I can make content while I'm traveling. And if you'd like me to do a video about, you know, travel stuff I travel with regularly. I mean, I shoot most things on my iPhone. I'm shooting on my iPhone right now. I have a vlogging camera, but I really don't use it as much as I should. I'm going to try to use it more. But I just find it easier to shoot things on my iPhone. So I take equipment along with me that lets me shoot things on the go. So if you're interested in that, I can do a separate video about that. But in terms of travel essentials, what I just shared with you guys are the things that I highly recommend for travel. And that I think that if you don't have these things in your arsenal, you should consider adding them to your travel arsenal, especially if you travel regularly the way that I do. You will find these things will serve you very, very well. So I hope this video has been helpful. I hope that you have, you know, learned things, that you found it enjoyable and entertaining. And if you have any questions or anything about what you saw, please do. But most importantly, if you are new and you are not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe and the notification bell and make sure that you do that so that you are aware when the next video drops. Also, do share with your friends and comment and like if you enjoy the content. I really would appreciate that very much. So this is Anne Marie, Ball Girl Will Travel, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Bye.